Mega Man, also known as Rockman in Japan, first came to be in 1987, and since has become one of Capcom's biggest franchises, containing over 50 games across all consoles internationally. That's not even counting the comic books or the animes either. The protagonists of this franchise are a series of robot characters who take on the Mega Man alias, which has expanded over the years in the games. So today we are taking a look at some of the variations of the initial hero with our list of the top 10 versions of Mega Man. But before we begin today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to Bigot for sponsoring this video. Bigot is your one-stop online portal for buying and selling pretty much everything and anything. A totally awesome, easy to use service that you all need to check out. Here's a little glimpse of what they do.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho!
Alright, now let's get to our list. In at number 10, Star Force Mega Man. Star Force Mega Man comes from the Mega Man Star Force anime and Rockman EXE Operating Shooting Star, a game released in 2009 for the DS in Japan that is an advanced port of the first Mega Man Battle Network title that includes extras like a crossover with the Mega Man Star Force. Star Force Mega Man is also known as Shooting Star Rocket Man and is the EM wave change of the human Geostellar and the Wizard Omega Axis, registered under Project TC as number 3. He's got an array of equipment like his visualized visor, which was the visualizer with an EM wave change, and it can analyze and display info about viruses and EM bodies. He's got a wave toss device which is designed to send and receive EM waves across short distances, and he can collect information about noise. He's got a Star Force emblem, a card display, and a Mega Arm too to boot. In at number 9, Bad Box Art Mega Man. This one is my personal favorite. This unfortunate attempt at Mega Man box art created in the US for the first Mega Man video game. In Japan, it's lovingly referred to as US Mega Man for that exact reason. As you can see, he looks nothing like Mega Man, appearing like a middle-aged dude with a handgun rather than a Mega Buster, in an ill-fitting jumpsuit. This spawned a few parody versions of Mega Man, including Street Fighter Tekken, in which the character appears in the secret disc legendary hero from the Mega Man ZX Advent, which continues the joke by calling him a hero who looks more like a coal miner in a colorful outfit. And at number 8, Mega Man Juno. Mega Man Juno, called Rockman Juno in Japan, is the final boss from Mega Man Legends. He's the bureaucratic unit in charge of installations in Catalox Island, and attempts to purge all of the humans, called Carbons, on the island alongside Eden. He has a very robotic personality, calm and polite on the outside but strictly following orders and vacant of emotion. Eventually this does change when he transfers over into a larger body, in which his rage and desire for violence becomes more evident. The character was locked inside a sealed chamber for at least a century, so maybe that explains a lot. And at number 7, Mega Man? Mega Man with a question mark, friends. Here we have a character from Mega Man Powered Up, a 2006 game from the PlayStation Portable that's a remake of the original Mega Man title. Mega Man, question mark, is a boss from the game that you cross paths with when playing with a Robot Master on its own level. Despite looking like the real Mega Man, this character is not. It was created by Dr. Wily as a means of impersonating the hero. Mega Man, question mark, tries to impersonate the real Mega Man whenever you speak to him, trying to convince you to join up with Dr. Wily and him. There's also some speculation that the character could be related to Copy Robot. They are both loaded with Mega Man's data and have the same voice clips, and they both explode into energy spheres when defeated, despite being different colors. And at 6, Mega Man EXE. Mega Man EXE is a version of Mega Man that appears in all of the Mega Man Battle Network games, and has even appeared in the Mega Man trading card game. He's the NetNavi operated by Lan Hikari, NetNavi being short for Internet Navigator. Created by Lan's father, scientist Yukihiro Hikari, Mega Man EXE is quite powerful and is a skilled virus buster. And to make things even more intense, he's actually Lan's twin brother who died at birth via a rare heart condition. Lan's father used his data to revive him as a NetNavi. He's incredibly loyal, even to the point of being willing to sacrifice himself to save them. And he's incredibly brave and hardworking. Moving on to number 5, Mega Man of the ZX series. This Mega Man comes from the Mega Man ZX series, hence the name, and is a specific type of Mega Man, a type that can activate a biometal and perform the Mega Merge. They're also known as the Chosen Ones, so for context, the Mega Man ZX series debuted in 2006 on the Nintendo DS, and takes place 200 years after the events of Mega Man Zero, in which there is no longer a difference between humans and Reploids, with the humanoids becoming the norm, man and machine. So in other words, they're the Mega Man versions of the future. Pretty cool. Up next at 4, Mega Man X. Mega Man X, commonly known as X, is the Mega Man protagonist of the Mega Man X series. He's the first robot to possess sophisticated technology and behavioral adaptation, all based off the designs created by Dr. Light. He is able to make his own decisions without any limitations, and possesses sophisticated reasoning capabilities. The scientist who found X, Dr. Kane, was never able to fully analyze X's system code or other internal systems to better understand his functions, but he was still able to use X as a precursor to every Reploid created afterwards, making X a proverbial father of sorts. But despite that, when Dr. Light was alive, he feared that X may not have any moral programming to dictate his actions, potentially making him a threat to the world. So he sealed X away into a special capsule in order to test his systems and ensure that he could determine right from wrong, a process that would take over 30 years, and Light would not live long enough to see the results of his testing, instead leaving a warning on his computer in his lab to anyone who may come across X. Up next at 3, Mega Man Volnut. Volnut first appeared in Mega Man Legends, and has been featured in a slew of other Mega Man games since. Now, once upon a time, he was known as Mega Man Trigger, a purifier unit on the synthetic planet of Elysium. He is a character who has seemed to have lived two very different lives, something that makes him unique compared to the others who have been Mega Man. As Volnut, he doesn't like fighting, and sees conflict as a last resort. He's a digger in search of adventure too, and develops a deep bond with Roll, who clearly has romantic feelings for him. In at number 2, Shadow Mega Man. Shadow Mega Man has only appeared in one game, Mega Man 9. He is an enemy that appears in Plugman's stage and looks identical to Mega Man except for his slightly more sinister color palette. He runs faster than Mega Man but can't jump as high and can't shoot, yet is still incredibly difficult to kill, which causes Mega Man to resort to tactics of trickery in order to prevail. This includes tricking Shadow Mega Man to run to spikes or off of ledges, something that can be considered a delicate maneuver since those two things can also be the end of Mega Man himself as well. And finally, in at number 1, Rockman Shadow. Rockman Shadow is a character who has only appeared once outside of Japan, in one of the Mega Man comics from Archie Comics. Now aside from that, he's a character who strictly exists in the canon outside of North America, and is the leader of a group called the Dimensions. He's also a baddie, and is the boss in the game Rockman and Forte, Mirakaira no Chozensha, which is a pronunciation I most definitely butchered, and I am so sorry, friends. He's first seen attacking Symphony City, aiming for both humans and robots. Mega Man, or rather Rockman, is eventually able to defeat him with Rockman Shadow, admitting that he was a failed prototype that was abandoned. He's eventually killed and Mega Man buries him, something he's only done with one other character in the entire franchise. Alright, there we have it, friends. What other variations of Mega Man should have been on our list? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. Once again, another major shout out to our friends at Bigot for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out more about them in the video description below. In the meantime though, if you dug this video, hit that like button, spread the love, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more videos kinda like this one, but also about other gaming stuff. But for now, thanks for watching, friends. I'll catch you all in the next video.